right, welcome. Welcome. It is 8:22 live from the hostage situation room. That's exactly right, Zach. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. My name is Dan. I will be your host tonight for Hambone's Monster Game. We have 31 people in the room. Yes, I'm Matt, just a lot shorter. My voice is a lot higher. I'm in much more dire need of a haircut. And I'm a Cleveland Indians fan now. I always was all along. All right, 42 people. We have a great game for you tonight. Matt gets the night off on a Wednesday. Rumor has it he will be playing on a team, so watch out for that. I'll need to unshare the answer key and grading form with him so that we know that he said everything's above board. Hey, Dad. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Kyle, sounds good. Will do. Hey, Nick. Are we good? Okay, I'm going to add Sean then. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Oh, is that what keeps happening with the final round? Gotcha. Okay, great call. Are we good though? Perfect. All right, Jeff. Yes, I am the host with the most. Thank you. The question of what do I have the most of? Probably Indiana-related flags hanging in their work office. And yes, and the most red hair. That's fair too. We should. It should be like complete role reversal tonight where Matt's on the. All right. Oh boy. All right. Welcome. Don, thank you. Austin, Texas in the house. I hear your son is about to play as well. I will say, for those of you who haven't played while I'm hosting, Matt's a great guy, great host, not great at starting the timer. So that's my goal for tonight, is to at least be on top of the timer. Matt, hopefully you're on. I'm looking for you to talk smack back in the chat. Yeah, we want some Matt smack talk. Matt always gives me a hard time for talking too much in the chat. That's right, Adam. That's exactly right. Roll Tribe is exactly correct, Adam. All right, welcome. It is 8:25. We have 105 people in tonight. Mike, it is great to be here. Dave, oh man, Wednesday nights with Dave. Dave, you're going to keep the usual team name. Which one? Do Process, Do Wheelies this time, or the emoji one? Hello, Jim. Welcome. All right, we have 106 people in. We'll get started at about 8:32 with Hambone's Wednesday Night Monster Game, brought to you by Michaelis. We'll tell you a little bit more about Michaelis. We'll tell you a little bit more about how the game works here in just a few minutes. Broadcasting live from Hambone's business continuity headquarters out on the west side of Indianapolis. This way, if Matt ever goes down, we're ready to rock and roll out here on the west side. Yeah, Scott, backwards hat kind of guy. We can wear it forward. But I don't have the fancy matte light in front of me. There we go. Hi, Glenn. Welcome back. Good to have you, Glenn. Heather Neal, West Side, Best Side. That's what I hear. That's what I hear from the Neal Team 6. All right. Welcome. We have 116 in the video. We have a good set tonight. Joe, West Side, Best Side, Plainfield. Yep. How many steps are there in the Hambone's continuity plan? Yeah, Charlie, I think you're number 8. So if I go down, Matt goes down, Nick, Sean, we go through a few more people, and then Charlie, you better have your internet up, rocking and rolling. Oh, Charlie's before you. Nick wants to abdicate his business continuity responsibilities to you, Charlie, so you just moved up a slot or 2. But yes, Scott, I got this outside of a Meijer in 2018 when I was buying supplies for the 500. I just had to like pose on top of an Indy car. It's a glass, my Indy 500 milk. It's supposed to be a milk bottle, but I don't know if the real milk bottles have the Miller Lite logo on it necessarily. All right. Welcome. 137 people in. It is 8:28. We'll hang on till about 8:32 before we get started. This is the Wednesday night Hambone's Monster Game brought to you by Michaelis. Just like every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, and sometimes Monday and Friday, we have the Monster Game, Hambone's Monster Game. On Friday, we also have 2 theme games. You can see the links for those in the chat. Click on that to head to the Hello Fund. You can buy tickets for those pay-to-play theme games. Those are Broadway musicals, Friday at 6:30. I know some people from the Giacomos and Blackacre crowd who I will be so disappointed if they miss that, because they always correct me when I misstate my Broadway musical trivia. We have Sex and the City at 8:30 on Friday, NFL at 6:30 on Saturday, and Saturday Night Live at 8:30 on Saturday. I am fully expecting Matt to bust out a full-length Saturday Night Live monologue, so I'm looking forward to that. Signing him up for something he doesn't know I'm signing him up for. Oh, we should do a cold open. Matt, if you're in the chat, we should do a Hambone's team cold open. All right, it is 8:29. Hi, Dan. This is Dan. Dan Barnett. Good to see you. Yes, Hambone's team cold open on Saturday. Annie, that's a great question, the South Park question. Every question's answer would be Shatipa Town, I think. No, that is Matt. Matt is also Hambone's trivia in this, I guess. Yeah, Annie, that would be a lot of fun. But all right, it is 8:29. We're gonna quickly just double check here. All right, 8:29. We'll get started here in about 3 minutes. I'll explain how everything works for the Wednesday night Hambone's Monster Game presented by Michaelis. We're giving Matt the night off tonight, so you're stuck with me. I know, poor you is right, Nick. Nick, do you want to add Sean? Or... Yeah, I can add Sean. All right. I don't think the view only, something's wrong with the view only round 4 editing. I'm fixing it right now, but all right, it is 8:30. We're about 2 minutes away from getting started. The Wednesday night Monster Game brought to you by Michaelis. All right. So, all right. Yes, Jamie, that's exactly right. Ginger powers activate. Adam Shoquist, that's a great question. Depends what the rules are. All right, it is 8:31. I'm going to go ahead and explain how the game works. We have 187 people playing, or at least watching the video tonight for Hambone's Wednesday night Monster Game presented by Michaelis. Michaelis is an Indianapolis-owned and based company specializing in water and fire restoration. Michaelis hopes that you never have to use them for any restoration projects, but if it absolutely has to be done right, it absolutely has to be Michaelis. Check them out. Their links are all over the sheets tonight. Please go check their website out. They also do renovation. Check them out. We love Michaelis. Matt was just telling me about a great experience he had with Michaelis. So please do us a favor, check them out if you ever need fire or water restoration. All right, that said, you are playing the Wednesday night Hambone's Monster Game. My name is Dan. I will be your host tonight. Obviously, I'm not Matt. I'm stepping in so that he can take the night off. Rumor has it he is lurking on the video, about to play and assert his trivia dominance that he doesn't get to assert all that often because he's usually writing the questions. So with that said, there are 4 great rounds of trivia tonight. I'll explain how each of them work as we go, but one main rule to start with, that rule is do not cheat. So easy to go to Google or use your phone to cheat, but so much not fun. So not fun to do that. Makes it not fun for you, not fun for the rest of us. So be a good sport. Don't cheat. All right. Rule number 2, when you enter each round, you'll be asked to enter your team code and your team name. That's how we keep track of you on the back end. To get into every round, I will give you a password to make sure that we all stay together. And the person with the most points win. Plain and simple. All right. So yeah, that's exactly right, John. We'll have to ask him in the chat. Maybe he'll respond. But here's how round 1 works. Round 1, I'm posting the password in the chat. The password for round 1 is restore for the Wednesday night monster game. Here we go. Enter restore and go ahead and enter the first round. Password is restore, like Michaelis. All right. Round 1, there are 6 questions. Each question is worth 5 points. If you get the question wrong, nothing happens. You just don't get the 5 points. Here are your 6 questions. Round 1, question 1. I'm going to give you 3 things, all with the same number as the answer. You have to be dead on this number. The number of Bachelor, the TV show The Bachelor couples that ended the season with a successful proposal and are still together. The number of couples there are. 2, the number of weeks that Ice Ice Baby spent at number 1 on the Billboard Top 100. And 3, the number of World Series won by the Arizona Diamondbacks. All of those things have the same number as the answer. I want you to give me that number, and you have to be dead on. Jay Kenworthy, welcome. You'll see in the description of the video, there are 2 links. One of them is the real deal. If you're the person on your team entering the answers, you're going to want that one. Number 2, the view only is the green one. That's if you're the member of the team that is not entering the answer and are just following along. On the real deal, you will enter this password, restore, to enter round 1. Round 1, question 2. When a hurricane has been especially destructive, its name is retired. So if Hurricane Dan was especially destructive, they would retire Dan so it wasn't used again. What letter begins the most hurricane names that were retired in the 2010s? We're looking for the letter. Give me the letter. What letter began the names of the most hurricanes in the 2010s that had their names retired? Question 3, according to point of sale studies done for pizza joints across the United States by Business Insider, what was the most common non-meat pizza topping in the US? This was last year. Most common non-meat pizza topping in the US last year. Cheese only does not count. I want you to give me the most common non-meat pizza topping in the US last year. Cheese only does not count. Question 4, of the top 100 cities by population in the United States, other than California and Texas, this state has the most of the cities on the top 100 list. Another hint, this state does not have any ocean, Gulf, or Great Lake coastline. Name the state. So name the state that has the most cities on the top 100 US cities by population, not including California or Texas. This does not have ocean, Gulf, or Great Lake coastline. Question 5, a miscommunication at an emergency management center in Hawaii falsely warned residents of Hawaii of what? Stating, quote, this is not a drill. Tell me what they were warning about. In 2018, a miscommunication of an emergency management center in Hawaii falsely warned residents that this is not a drill of what? Tell me what they were warning about. And number 6, this man, I want you to give me the man's name, has the most followed Twitter account in the world. All right, those are your round 1 questions. Please let us know in the chat, which I believe is over this way. Let us know in the chat if you have any problems at all, and we'd be happy to lend a helping hand. You have 8 minutes in round 1. Good luck. Hey. Charlie and Megan, I am talking about Bachelor proper, just The Bachelor. Not The Bachelorette, not The Bachelor in Paradise, not The Bachelor in a fulfillment center in Plainfield, Indiana. I have followed along that. Nick, thanks for asking. I have Bachelor in Prison. That's another good one. I have followed along an entire season of The Bachelor. Bachelor in the Grocery. That's actually Grocery Store Joe. I think that was his name, right? The dude from Chicago. Um, I have Nick. We used to when I lived in Milwaukee. We did Fantasy Bachelor, and I picked the. Uh, yes, I think I did. But yeah, that was it's a good one. I could do my Nick Vial. I could host like Nick Vial, who like always covered his mouth when he talked, and he like talked real quiet. Like, I love that. I love that about you. Love that. Johnny O'Keefe, I appreciate the stash solidarity. It'll stay. My mom hates it, so it's fun to tease her. So I'll keep it. Usually I grow it out for the 500 anyways. Got some pretty rancid pictures of myself with like this disgusting handlebar mustache. Yeah, you got it, Sean. That would that would not be a good look. Yeah, yeah. I think you probably will. All right, you have just over 3 minutes left on round one. I think I probably can. Oh, because it'll shut down the stream. Okay, thanks for stopping me because I was about to try it. Yes, please do. That would be fine too. Anything related to that. All right, you have just over 1 minute left on round one. 1 minute. You're right. All right, 30 seconds left in round one. 30 seconds. All right, that is your time. We need your answers. Get them in, get them in, get them in. I spent so much time rehearsing my get them in to sound just like Matt. Get them in, get them in, get them in. We need your answers. All right, here are your answers to round one. Three things all with the same number. The number of bachelor couples ended the season with a successful proposal and are still together. I was so amped when I found that stat. Like this whole question was written around that one thing. The number of weeks Ice Ice Baby spent at number one on the Billboard Top 100, and the number of World Series won by the Diamondbacks. You had to be dead on one. Dead on one. One couple from The Bachelor is still together. That's like a 5% success rate. All right, number two. When a hurricane has been especially destructive, its name is retired. Which letter has the most retired hurricane names of the 2010s? That letter is I. That letter is I. Those four hurricanes: Igor, Irene, Ingrid, and Irma. All right. Question three. According to point of sale studies done for pizza joints across the U.S., the most common non-meat topping was mushrooms. Mushrooms. Of the top 100 cities by population, city proper, other than California and Texas, Arizona has the most with 7. Question 5, 2018 miscommunication of an emergency management system in Hawaii warned of, quotes, a ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. That is a ballistic missile, nuclear missile. We counted anything in the spirit of some sort of ballistic attack. All right, number 6. This man has the most followed Twitter account in the world. That man is Barack Obama. Barack Obama, 113 million followers. All right, round two. Round two password is FIRE. FIRE, all lowercase, FIRE. Round two password is FIRE. Round 2 is name that 2-word Best Picture nominee. Name that 2-word Best Picture nominee. Matthew Thomas, I was extremely specific about bachelor couples who ended the season with a successful proposal. All right, round 2. Good luck on round 2. You have 9 minutes on round 2. Name that 2-word Best Picture nominee. Good luck. No. Let us know in the chat if you have any problems. Can you believe there's only one Bachelor engaged couple on the show that's still together? That is incredible to me. That would be a great theme trivia. Bachelor trivia. Luke, for number 4, I am positive. Taylor, the state was Arizona. Rachel, not sure if you're talking to me, but my sources tell me it is Sean and Catherine. No problem, Taylor. Thank you, Gumbo Steve. I appreciate that. It's good to have you. Oh, I got you, Rachel. Yeah. Maybe it's an array problem. Mm-hmm. Mm. That is yes, Stacy. It is 2 word. It's more specific than that. Actually, I'll type it in the chat for you. It is 2 word Best Picture nominees. All right, you have just over 3 minutes left on the picture round to name those 2 word Best Picture nominees. Sorry, Julie, I was a little delayed on answering that for you. I got distracted shedding a tear that sadly Ryan and Trista were not correct. Let's see. Ooh. I did forget that Ari Lyondike Jr. and Becca are still together. Personally was Team Lauren in that one. Oh no, wait. Did I say I was team? I meant I was Team Becca. It's Team Becca. What am I doing? I'm a mess. Team Becca. All right, you have 2 minutes left in the picture round. Tua. You are just gobbling up this picture round, everybody. Just gobbling it up. Me too. All right, you have 1 minute left on the picture round for 2 word Best Picture nominees. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There probably is. All right, you have 20 seconds left on the picture round. Here we go. Get them in, get them in, get them in. Get them in, get them in, get them in. 2, 1. We need your answers to the picture round. Let's see them. All right. Couple of quick housekeeping notes. I need my own catchphrase. All right, Chris, I'll tell you what. You post suggestions for my catchphrase in the chat, and maybe one of them will catch on. All right. A couple of quick housekeeping notes. First of all, this is a 120 team, 601 person monster game. That is a great Wednesday night monster game. That's 5 people a team. Awesome. Second thing, it is Dave Osendorf, a Hambone OG from Black Acre and Giacomo's birthday. Happy birthday to Eggplant Emoji Droplet Emoji team member Dave Osendorf. And shout out to Kathy. That's right, Ferda, Josh. All right, here we go. Answers to round 2, the picture round. Number 1, that was Marriage Story. Number 2, that was Black Swan. Number 3, Dangerous Liaisons. Number 4, Mississippi Burning. Number 5, Inglourious Bastards. Number 6, Aaron Brockovich. Number 7, Finding Neverland. Number 8, Django Unchained. Number 9, Les Mis. And number 10, The Help. The Help. All right, great work, everybody. Nice job on the picture round. Next up is round 3. Round 3 is the money round. The password to round 3 is water. Water. W-A-T-E-R, all lowercase, water. Round 3 is the money round. If you're going to win this thing, you're going to do it right here in round 3, and here's why. Each one of the 4 questions in round 3 has more than one answer. Each correct answer you put in is worth 5 points, and order does not matter at all. So if I ask you, what are Scrooge McDuck's 3 nephews? And you say Huey, Dewey, and Louie, that's good for 15. If you say Huey, Dewey, and Bob, that's only good for 10. All right, so here are your 4 questions to the money round, the best round. Got to win it right here. Of the 10 cities in the world that are home to the most billionaires, only 4 of the 10 are not located in Asia. One of these, just wanted to get it out of the way, even though it's technically in Europe, is Moscow. So don't ask me, is Russia in Europe or Asia? It doesn't matter, because Moscow is one of the 4 and we're not counting it. We are looking for the other 3. Of the 10 cities in the world that are home to the most billionaires, 4 of them are not located in Asia. One of these is Moscow. What are the other 3 cities? I'm looking for the city. Question 2, of the songs that spent 10 weeks or more at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the 2010s, only 4 of them have one-word titles. What are those 4 songs? One of them begins with D, one of them begins with C, and 2 of them begin with H. Give me the 4 songs. Of the songs that spend 10 weeks or more at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the 2010s, only 4 of these are one-word titles. What are those 4 songs? 1 begins with D, 1 begins with C, and 2 begin with H. Question 3, of the metro areas that have an NBA team as its only Big 4 sports teams. So Big 4, MLB, NHL, NBA, and NFL, Big 4. Of the metro areas that have only an NBA team as their only Big 4 sports team, 3 of those teams have a name that is only 1 syllable. So Colts, for example, is only 1 syllable. So of the metro areas that have an NBA team as it's only of its 4, 3 of those have a team name that's only 1 syllable. Name the 3 teams. All right. Of the 12 significant Republican primary candidates in 2016, meaning they amassed over 10,000 primary votes, 3 of them were not previously elected officials prior to that point. One of them is Donald Trump. I want you to give me the other 2. So give me the other 2. So besides Donald Trump, the other 2 significant Republican primary candidates that were never previously elected officials. All right, those are your questions to the money round. Let us know in the chat if you have any issues at all. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions other than what's the answer to number 3. You have 12 minutes. Good luck. We could do that. Yeah, but they would reorganize. Yeah, in theory. All right. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the chat here. Get him in, get him in, get him in. Tom Cahalan, not going to shave, sorry. It's answer time right now. Love it, Glenn. Answer or die. Nathan, a little harsh, but I can get behind it. Happy birthday to Dave. Absolutely. Pitter patter. Shannon, Josh. Huey, Dewey, and Bob. Yep. Huey Lewis and the News is good for 5. Hopefully, Huey Lewis and the News gets better than 5 this time, Zach G. Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Oh, Luke. That's incredible. So, for those of you who are not on mute and don't mind me rambling here for a second, when I was hosting at Black Acre and Giacomo's for the last year or so, I started out doing red, white, and green, but that's really Matt's catchphrase. Other than like wager with prudence, get him in, and Tua. Really, red, white, and green is the big one. And so I wanted to make my own thing. So I started out with the namesake ingredients of a BLT, and then Luke and team would challenge me every week to come up with an original like list of 3 items. And I started to run out of common trios like after the 30th week or something like that. We blew through all the common trios, and eventually I had to resort to like, if I ask you what are the 2 sides of a coin and you say heads and tails, that's good for 10. It was pretty bad. It got out of control pretty quick. Yeah, that is going to happen with the passwords. I'm going to run out of passwords and soon it's just going to be randomly generated 4-digit numbers. That's a good idea. Pitter patter, Melissa. Susan Bones. The great Susan Bones incident of 2020. All right. Hey, Sal. Sayonara, Sal. Can't come on to Hambone's trivia channel and say stupid stuff like that. Sal, come on. Get out of here. Thought cheaters were the bottom layer of Dante's Inferno, but I think Sal is probably down there too. Oh boy, that's tough. All right, you have 7 minutes left on the money round. 7 minutes. All right, you have 3.5 minutes left in the money round. Just a quick update on the sidewalks here in Plainfield. They look good. That's exactly right, Zach. We'll keep you up to date on sidewalk-related updates. Your sidewalk-related update for this week is the Monon Trail is closed at 38th Street. And you have to do a detour on some real bumpy roads. Yeah, feel free to mention in the chat if you have any other sidewalk updates from around Indianapolis. Like, hey, they poured a new sidewalk next to my house, and instead of writing my own name, I wrote Susan Bones. All right, 2 minutes left in the money round. Tua. Yeah, Zach, YouTube will classify us under sidewalk related. And Hambone sidewalk sagas. Rolls right off the tongue. All right, 1 minute left. You're welcome. I do what I can. Oh, Trevor. Oh, thank you, Rachel, for your sidewalk update. I appreciate that. All right, you have 22 seconds left in the monster round, or the money round of the monster game, brought to you by Michaelis. All right, 5 seconds left. We need your answers. It is answer time right now. All right. Here we go. Time is up. We need your answers. Here we go. Very strong round for the field. Very strong money round for the field. You had to do well in the money round here to win tonight. Here are your answers to the money round, which I really enjoyed these questions a lot. Of the 10 cities in the world that are home to the most billionaires, only 4 of them are not located in Asia: Moscow, New York, London, and San Francisco. New York, London, and San Francisco. Of the songs that spend 10 weeks or more at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the 2010s, only 4 one-word titles. I don't know if I needed to give you the hint because you crushed this one. Those are Despacito, Closer, Happy, and Hello. Despacito, Closer, Happy, and Hello. Of the metro areas that have an NBA team as their only Big Four sports team, the 3 of these have a name that is only one syllable. Those are the Jazz, Salt Lake City, the Utah Jazz, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Sacramento Kings. Jazz, Spurs, and Kings were your answers to question 3. And question 4, Of the 12 2016 significant Republican primary candidates that had not previously held public office besides Donald Trump are Ben Carson and Carly Fiorina. Carly Fiorina and Ben Carson. Todd, I'll look into that, but I was pretty specific about metro area. Okay, so now before we start round four, I'm going to quickly shout out my grading team on the phone. I have Nick and Sean on the phone doing the grading tonight. Also want to thank Matt, who hopefully is enjoying his night off and hopefully is in the lead right now. Otherwise, tough. Matt's wife, Rady, always thanks Rachel. Of course, we got to thank Rachel. Got Lily, Cluth, Zach, Scott, the rest of the Hambones team, everyone out there. Please tune in to our theme games this upcoming weekend. See, we password protected, so I got you hostage while I advertise for the theme games. That's 6:30 Broadway musicals. If you want to hear me sing Defying Gravity in exactly the right octave, I will be doing so before the Broadway musicals game. That's Friday at 6:30. Sex and the City at 8:30. NFL on Saturday at 6:30. And Saturday Night Live from Indianapolis. It's Saturday Night Live Hambones Trivia. That is Saturday at 8:30. Tune in and play those. The links are in the description of the video to sign up for those theme games. All right. It is time for round four. Round four is the final round. What we're going to do is I'm going to give you the round four questions, and then I'm going to give you the scoreboard update heading into round four so you know how to wager. The password for the final round is BEST. BEST, like Michaelis, the best fire and water restoration company. This monster game tonight is brought to you by Michaelis. The password is BEST, B-E-S-T. All right, here's the way that the final round works. There are 3 questions in the final round. I'm going to read those to you. On each of those 3 questions, you can wager 0 to 30 points only in this round. If you get the question wrong, you lose your wager. So if you go all in 30, 30, 30, get them all right, that's positive 90 points. Go all in 30, 30, 30, get them all wrong, that's negative 90 points. In a game where the most possible points is 210 points, that's a big swing. If you get positive 90 points, you go down in the history books of the Hambones Hall of Fame for a perfect final round. If you miss them all, I'll probably just publicly shame you. Okay, so here are your final 3 questions of the night. Number 1, USPS, U.S. Postal Service, publishes the list of the most common city names in the U.S. Of the top 4 most common city names as defined by the USPS, only one of the top 4 is not either the first name or the last name of a former U.S. president. I want you to give me that city name. So of the top 4 most common city names in the U.S., only one is not either the first name or the last name of a former U.S. president. Question 2, of all the careers that Barbie has held since introduction in 1959, only one of these was available only in Canada. It was released in 2005 and is classified as a public service official. I want you to give me, and you have to be specific, give me that Barbie career. So of the careers that Barbie has held since introduction in 1959, only one of these was available only in Canada. Released in 2005, it is a public service official, and you have to be very specific or we are not going to count it. And question 3, the final question of the night, only 2 inanimate objects. So inanimate objects, not unnamed groups like you or Good Samaritans, truly inanimate objects. Only 2 of them have ever won Time's Person of the Year. One of these was the computer. What was the other? I want you to name me the other inanimate object that won Time's Person of the Year besides the computer. Those are your 3 final questions of the night. As Matt reminds you every single night, we want you to wager with prudence. No one is asking you to go 30, 30, 30, as Matt likes to say. If you want to, that's your prerogative, but no one's asking you to. Wager with prudence. You have 7 minutes. Good luck. Okay. Do you guys need help? I'll start all the way on the right and work my way left. All right. For those of you in the chat asking about the metro areas, sorry I never got back to answering this. Yes, Oakland is part of the San Francisco metro area. Brooklyn is part of the New York metro area. Salt Lake City is itself out there with the Jazz. San Antonio, similarly with the Spurs, and Sacramento, similarly with the Kings. Sean, are you auditing the other questions? Okay, thank you. Yep. We'll have your scoreboard update here for you in just a second. We just want to make sure the scores are right before we announce anything. Nick and Sean never miss any cells. It's always me, so I got to go back and check my own work. Guys, I'm good on 2. Oh, I just did 2. Tom Cahalan, we are auditing to make sure we don't announce the Cahalan score incorrectly. Give us just a second. Thank you, Will Baskin-Gerwitz. Appreciate that. What, Sean? Possibly. Are we good, guys? Okay, so all right, everybody, we have your scoreboard update going into the final round in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie for 15th place with 105 points. It is Guy Ferry, Dinner Side Salad, Quizzards of the Quest, We Didn't Start the Virus, and the Dan Friend Club. For a 2-way tie in 13th place with 106 points, it is the Ralston Rascals. And Unreliable Tripod, that's a phenomenal team name. Tied for 11th place with 107 points is Manly's Irish Mutts and the Fruit Smugglers. It's a Black Acre team right there. In a 3-way tie for 8th place with 109 points is BSUAT. It is Team with an exclamation point, and it is Humps. In a 1, 2, 3, 4-way tie for 4th with 110 points, it is Hot for Teacher. It is Boo Loves Izzy. It is Nasty Reporters with Terrible Questions, and it is Tenton Quarantino. In 3rd place with 111 points, it is Hot Lips. In 2nd place with 115 points on his birthday, Dave Osendorf and the rest of Due Process Do Wheelies. And in 1st place with 120 points, got on thrown him here in the final round. Is it June yet? 120 points. Is it June yet? All right. We are looking forward to your answers in round 4. Oh, it is time. It is time in round 4. I'll give you about 15 more seconds because I didn't realize that it was time. Get them in, get them in, get them in. That's what happens when you're knee deep in auditing. All right. Get them in, get them in, get them in. We have 107. Yes, Adam, you're right. My catchphrase should be a swing and a drive in the voice of Tom Hamilton, the play-by-play guy for the Cleveland Indians. A swing and a drive to deep right. All right. So we are wrapping up grading. Give us just a second to get caught up. In the meantime, one more reminder of this weekend's theme games. Friday, we have Broadway at 6:30, Sex and the City at 8:30, NFL Saturday at 6:30, and SNL on Saturday night at 8:30. All right. Here are your answers to the 3 final questions, and then we're going to need a few minutes to wrap up grading before your scoreboard update. The USPS publishes the list of most common city names, so city as defined by the USPS, of the 4 most common city names defined by the USPS. There's only one that is not the first or last name of a former president. The ones that are first or last names of former president are Franklin, as in Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Clinton, and Washington. The number 4, the only one that does not have the first or last name of a U.S. president, is Arlington. Arlington. All right, question 2 of the careers held by Barbie since introduction in 1959. Only one of these was available only in Canada, a public service official. We counted. The correct answer was Mountie Police. Mountie Police, you had to be specific about Mountie Police. The wording didn't matter, but you had to be specific about Mountie Police. What a fantastic career. All right. And question 3, the final question of the night. Only 2 inanimate objects, not unnamed groups, but inanimate objects have won Times Person of the Year. One of them was the computer. The other was our endangered Earth. Our endangered Earth. We counted Earth, we counted endangered Earth, we counted planet Earth, but it is our endangered Earth. Yes, Colin, Mountie counts. We know what you're talking about with Mountie. Give us just a second to go through and finish auditing, and we will have your scoreboard update for you here in just a second. I got it. All right, let us know in the chat if you have any questions. Now would be a great time to let us know in the chat if you have any other great catchphrases you want me to use when I'm hosting. Also, let us know in the chat if there's any sort of theme rounds that you're especially interested in coming up here in the next few weeks. I personally am excited for Community, which I'm trying to talk Matt into letting me host. We'll see how that goes. We've established that The Bachelor would be a good one, according to people in the chat just now. And and we are finishing up auditing. All right. Nick, Sean, I'm good. Are you guys good? Mountie Police is my next career, Nick. That is exactly right. All right. Great job on the final round. Here's your scoreboard update to end the night, and we will post the scoreboard in the chat. In 17th place with 137 points, it is Manly's Irish Mutt coming to you from the east side in a, goodness gracious, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie for 12th with 140 points. It is Hot Lips, Hot for Teacher, Boo Loves Izzy, Nasty Reporters with Terrible Questions, and Tater Mania. In 11th place with 147 points, it is I'm Just Here So I Don't Get COVID. In 10th place with 165 points is Guy Ferry. In 9th place with 170 points is Tenton Quarantino. In 8th place with 171 points, Hambone's OGs, it's the Neil Team 6 out here with me on the west side. In 7th place with 175 points, winner of consistency is Key Award at Blackacre. That is Due Process, Do Wheelies. In 6th place with 186 points, it is Pants Optional. In 5th place with 191 points, Hank Scorpio. They were your champions the last couple nights ago. In 4th place with 195 points, it is the Dan Friend Club, DFC indeed. Tied in 2nd place with 199 points is Team! Exclamation point and BSUAT. And that means that your winner tonight with 210 points, is it June yet? Is it June yet? Congratulations on your win tonight. Email matt@hambonestrivia.com with free entry to which theme game of your choice you would like. If you don't like any of the 4 coming up this week, which hopefully you do, you can always hang on to that and use it in a theme game in the future, like the community one that I'm going to write. All right, let us know in the chat if you have any problems. We'll hang out here for a little while. We'll get a scoreboard update in the chat so that you can see where you ended up. Shout out to all of you playing from all around the United States, including my crew from Milwaukee and Chicago. Shout out Kathy. Thank you so much for joining us for another great Monster Game. This was the Wednesday night Monster Game presented by Michaelis. It was a great one. It was a great one. So thank you, everyone. And we will see you tomorrow for the Monster Game. We will see you Friday for 2 theme games and Saturday for 2 theme games. Let us know in the chat if you have any problems. Springfield's a great guess. Springfield comes in with 26 cities. It's Franklin at 31, Clinton and Washington at 29, Arlington at 28, Chester, Georgetown, Madison, and Salem at 27, and Fairfield, Greenville, Kingston, Marion, Riverside, and Springfield with 26. Great guess, though. Are these games considered illegal gambling in the state of Indiana? That's a great question. I don't know. We'll have to talk to our legal representatives and get back to you on that. Thank you so much for playing. It was a great time. Matthew Thomas, I suppose that's an interesting argument about Earth not equals inanimate, but we can chat about that later. Nick, I would love to be Mountie Police. Dan Barnett, Seinfeld. Yes, exactly. I was watched way too many episodes of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee last night when I should have been sleeping. Will Baskin Gerwitz, give me your team code. We can double check your score there. Luca Survivor one would be good. Tiffany, Matt already wrote an absolutely fantastic Parks and Rec team trivia. Burn Notice, that's a deep cut. That's a hot take there, Josh. Oh, the Broadway game, Tom Cahalan. That's a great question. Let me go find that out for you on the Hello Fund. Broadway is $22, Tom Cahalan. Dan and Matt in the evening. Yes. Kevin, we'll get some community mugs. We'll make up a song. Oh, American Modern Dance, Matthew. You'd have to write that one yourself. I don't think I could write that one. All right. Zach. Yeah, Matt, we want to know your team code, Matt. Matt, we want to know your team code. Will, that would have put you 207, would have been in 2nd place. We will go audit you right now. 1 second. Will, we didn't get your answers for round 3. Let me go double check to see if we have like a similar phone number. Oh, yeah. I think in round 3, Matt, you may have typed the phone number in differently. I have 32369 in round 3 and 33269 in the rest of the rounds. I'll correct it so we can get you your actual score here. 1 second. I do love the team name. I'm just here so I don't get COVID, though, I will say. Yes, you are correct. I'm just here so I won't get COVID. I correct the number. You finished second with 207. Nice job. Zach G, Milwaukee. Zach lived in Milwaukee a while ago. It's a great place. Way to go, guys. Thanks, Matt. Hope you liked your night off. Stacy, The Simpsons led you down the wrong path. The Simpsons always did it first, but in this case, maybe not. Will, happy to help, buddy. Oh, Rachel Psych, that would be a good one. That would be a great one. Oh, Tennessee. Stacy, Tennessee, let me go look on that question. I'm going to double check how far down Tennessee is. I basically have the list of I have like all the states by a whole bunch of different metrics, and I just filter them. And that was one. Let's see here. Tennessee. Tennessee only has, that can't be right. Hang on 1 second. In the top 100 city proper, Tennessee only has, let me just double check that about Knoxville. Knoxville is 135th. Tennessee's only got 2. Hey, thanks, Jim. We appreciate it. We do it for you, Jim. Jim Scahill wrote some great questions you can expect to find their way into a monster game here soon. Yeah, and I'll type the email in the chat here. Oh, Matt at hambonestrivia.com. Of course, Anna. Thank you again, everyone, for playing. Thank you, Michaelis. Rachel, my pleasure. It was great to host again. Hopefully someday we'll be able to do it in person at Giacomo's on Wednesday night. Never let the other guy host. Yeah, Stacy, Nashville and Memphis. Here, we'll hit you with the stats on Nashville and Memphis. Let's see. Nashville 24th, Memphis 26th. Glenn, my pleasure. Thanks for playing. Beth, of course. Happy birthday to Dave. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name there 3 or 4 times in a row. You know what is going to be great? I have collected the game results, most games, so we'll be able to do some serious sabermetrics. Ostendorf. Dave Ostendorf. Got it. Thank you, Beth. All right. Nick, Sean, anything else? Did we miss anything? Oh, Matt, you missed the missile. Matt, you missed the missile in round 1? Oh, man. Matt did not wager with prudence. This is not a drill. I know that was the gimme. Matt, you were hashtag the 14%. Only 14% of people missed that. Let's see. Here's some sabermetrics for you. Hardest question of the night, Arlington in the final round. That was a toughie. Our endangered Earth, that was the second hardest. The money round was just cash, though. The money round was just cash. Average correct in the money round was like 80, let's see, 76% was the average correct in the money round. So I had to go in during round 3 and I changed question 3 from giving you Earth and asking for computer to giving computer and asking for Earth. Dave, happy birthday. See you later, buddy. Oh, Matt, you missed Closer. You know, the Barbie, I did enjoy researching the Barbie careers. That was probably the question that took the longest to write. I think there may be a few more Barbie career questions in our near future. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Matt. Stacy, I'll send you the source here. Hopefully you're not a teacher that's going to criticize me on using Wikipedia as my source, but there is a cited source. Ooh, there are a ton of Hudsons. See, I thought about asking this the other way around, where they also give a list of post office names, but I figured that asking post office names was probably more confusing. What I wanted to do was ask the post office one, because I could have said of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 6 most common post office names, only one of them is not either the last name or the first name, because you have Clinton, Madison, Franklin, Washington, and here's the kicker. I wanted to use it so bad. Chester. No one, who would have thought of Chester? Chester Arthur, and then Marion would have been the correct answer. I know. I asked 50 people left in the stream. Ask your questions. Let's talk. Let's talk more about these. Who goes to the post office? Yike. That's tough. Yeah, ever since the Postal Service stopped sponsoring that cycling team, they lost all their marketing. Yeah, who else wants to go on deep dives with Dan? There you go. That could be my catchphrase. Let's see, which other one did I go down the rabbit hole on? Oh, Matt knows. Matt and I have talked about the retired hurricane names before. Zach, see you later. Can't wait to go for a bike ride. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Oh, you put M. Matt, you know what's interesting? I is not only the most retired for the 2010s, it's also the most retired all time. Oh, you got to trust her. This is why we thank her every time, Matt, is because you got to trust her. There was one game at Blackacre, like maybe last September, where there were like 2 teams that had played a previous night and heard a handful of the questions. But I had to rewrite one, which was about the hurricane naming conventions. So like it was The naming conventions are on a rotation of. Nick, do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, Columbus. That's a great. That is Dad. That is another great great guess there. There's another good one about the city sizes is Ohio has 4 in the top 100 cities. Ohio also, this is one we wrote for the states game, was Ohio had, it was like all 3 of their top 3 most populous cities start with the same letter. I'm trying to remember if that was the only. I think so. Oh, touches Lake Erie. True. Yeah, you're right. But yeah. You know what's confused? You know what is tricky about Arizona is that that Mexico, like a little tiny bit of Mexico, crosses over to go to Baja, Mexico, and so it blocks Arizona from the Gulf. Yeah, Pennsylvania the same. Ooh, Stacy. You know what would be a fun one, Matt, if you're still listening, is a NASCAR one. A NASCAR trivia would be good. And I'll host the entire thing in my NASCAR interviewee voice, where it's like, yeah, we were driving the 47 Chevrolet, the 47 Miller Lite Chevrolet, and you know that number 8 Cummins Duramax, what is it, like the U-Line 38 got into my back end down around turn 2, and it started to spin out a little bit. Back wheels got a little squirrely, but the team kept it tight. Luckily, we had a good car all weekend. The number 2 Miller, thank you, Dad. Yeah, okay. Tom Cahalan can help write the NASCAR set for correcting me on which Miller Lite one that I referenced. Adam Showquist is still in the chat. Adam knows. That's a fun one. Or like, yeah, we're in the Dell 47 Ford there, and you know, I came out of pit lane getting 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a full tank of Sunoco fuel, and we were ready to come out. We were feeling hot. The tires were sticking good. Driven by Keselowski. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. I gotta say, watching NASCAR on TV is decent, but I think there are 2 sports, and this is a hot take, 2 sports that I think are better to listen to on the radio than watch on TV. I think baseball, if Tom Hamilton's calling it, the Tribe. I think baseball, Adam Showquist, hopefully you're still here for the Tommy Hamilton. And the second is NASCAR. If you, Dad, come on. If you ever listen to NASCAR on the radio, that's like the most enthralling. If you're ever fallen asleep driving, find NASCAR on the radio on Sunday, because they basically like do a relay race around the track of calling it out. They'll be like, it looks like Gordon's down into the low part of turn 2, and we'll hand it over to Bob. And Bob's like, thanks, Dave. We're over here around turn 2. And yeah, Jeff Gordon's way down there on the bottom side of the track. We're going to hand it off to Paul. It's like, thanks, John. Okay, yeah. So and they basically like just relay the call around the track. Amazing. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Bill and Sarah. Oh, Bill's got the new bike. Oh, that new bike, the Specialized Ali. It's amazing looking. All right, so I'll stop rambling. We're down to 38 people, so that's a clear indication that I think it's about time to cut this thing. All right, Stacy, thank you. Nasty Reporters, thank you, everybody. That was a ton of fun. We will see you tomorrow at 8:30 for the Monster Game, and we will see you this weekend for Broadway, for Sex and the City, for NFL, and Saturday Night Live. We will see you then. Have a great night. Did it work?